6th of May, the one coming up, Joshua Buatsi versus Pavel Stepien. Then we go to the Over Arena, KSI versus Joe Fournier, the 13th of May, world title fight. In Bournemouth, Lawrence Okoli versus Chris Billiams-Smith, a man that everyone thinks could be the future of boxing over here, Adam Azim versus Aaron Fanyan, and then Liam Smith versus Chris Eubank Jr. That's a schedule and a half on talkSPORT. That really is good. And by the way, on the undercard or co-main event for Liam Smith versus Chris Eubank Jr., a really good fight. And we've been talking a lot about female fights recently. Franchon Cruz-Dezurn, and I think, I don't want to say a must-win for Savannah Marshall, but I'm going to say it. It's a must-win for Savannah Marshall. She's got to win that one, I think, because she doesn't want to lose back-to-back fights, especially not these big ones as well. Look, all it kicks off, that schedule, kicks off this weekend. It is Joshua Buatsi versus Pavel Stepien in Birmingham. Let's hear now from Joshua Buatsi, telling us exactly why he feels a move to boxer is right for him at this point in his career.
I sat down and I just thought my fight with Spider was good, hard fight. People were there, the atmosphere was good, it was different, it was intense. I experienced something I'd never experienced before, fighting somebody from the same area. There was a lot at stake. And I said it was good, the people that came, the people that watched it. But I said, did a lot of people watch it? Because I was like, I went all in for that fight, but did a lot of people watch it? And I just sat down and I said, look, you live in England. What is the biggest sporting platform in the country? This is a question to three of you.
Yeah, well, we know what it is. We know it is Sky Sports.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I would have to concur with that.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Absolutely.
So I think what you're talking about is obviously the numbers, the eyeballs that are watching the fight. A fight that like you had with Craig Richards last May was an incredible fight. You both had to bite down on your gum shields. Yeah. And there was a very small audience that watched it because it's a new platform. It's an app. And it's a new platform on DAZN. And maybe the eyeballs, you probably had, 1/10 of the people that would have watched it on Sky watching it. And so yours is about,
I think I can't necessarily say, oh, I've got the figures and these were the numbers that watched it, but I just know that I have to ask myself, logically, was it on the biggest platform in England? The question is no.
Joshua Buatsi there, speaking a couple of weeks back, that was, about this move to boxer. Again, it's Pavel Stepien. And Gareth, we were speaking about what next for him. Not overlooking Pavel, because you mentioned his record. He's going to be coming to win his game. He was supposed to fight Callum Smith a few weeks back. But if he were to win, I mean, the rich and gold and diamonds that are out there for Buatsi, if he gets a win, it's incredible. He just needs to look impressive.
Yeah, he does. And I think Stepien, Pavel Stepien could be the right kind of opponent. He's very aggressive. He likes to throw winging hooks. I don't know if you've seen his style at all. He's undefeated. He's coming here as an undefeated fighter to make a name for himself. Joshua Buatsi, even though we're criticising the alacrity or lack of alacrity with which his career is progressing, there is scope for people to become names off the back of him. 16 have tried and 16 have failed. What I like about Joshua Buatsi, I've seen some videos of him training recently, a little bit of social media on him, which is unusual. And like you say, Sky and Boxer need to do a big job with him, and because they've got all the ingredients there. He's not given to having propensities for trash talk and stuff like that, Joshua. He's a very religious guy away from the sport. He's a good guy flicking the bad switch, isn't he?
Yeah,
he really is.
Exactly what he is. He's a great guy. He really flicks that bad switch. Yeah.
And I think, hopefully, I think Stepien might switch that tiger in him in this fight, and I think we might see something spectacular. Sometimes I think he starts a little bit one-paced, but I think when he's under duress, you see how tough he is. Physically, he's right for light heavyweight, doesn't have to boil down much. He's got it all. He's incredibly tough. And, but this is the time now to make it his time. Yeah. As we said on the top of the show, there's these kind of fights for him against people who have got more to win than he has against them. And then there's the Callum Smiths. You rightly mentioned Callum Smith, and he is a great fight. Then the champions, the current world champions, Beterbiev and Bivol, and maybe Canelo, and then and Anthony Yard. Flippin' heck, if he had 5, if his next 7 fights of those 5.
And this is why, and this is not, look, this is old news, and this is certainly not digging Buatsi. I know him personally; he's a great guy. Although I think he got upset with me maybe having a dig at him. I wasn't. This is why I was surprised about him leaving Matchroom. Look, Boxer obviously chucking a lot of money at him, and look, go and get your money. But I looked at, you mentioned the potential fights there for him, and I was thinking, well, Bivol's Matchroom, Canelo's Matchroom, Smith is Matchroom. These are all enormous fights that I think could have been made, not easily, but they're there. So it did surprise me for him to then go to Sky, where the only real big option over there at the moment is Dan Aziz. And look, it's a big fight, but we didn't mention Dan Aziz in those list of fighters.
We didn't. Yeah.
So it did surprise me, the move. And that's why I'm intrigued to see what Ben Shalom and Boxer can do with him after this one. Because I feel like that sometimes you've got to go over a broadcaster that has the fighters.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Those matchups are phenomenal for him, but he went for business reasons. But the trouble is, when you look at it in terms of the chessboard or the business and the chessboard, it's like he's moved backwards a step.
For me,
but to rebuild again.
Okay.
So but I don't necessarily agree with it. I think but maybe there isn't a lot of wear and tear on his body. Maybe the time isn't right. It's down to him to do the timings. Virgil Hunt's a great trainer, but naturally cautious.
Yeah.
They never rushed Andre Ward's career. They didn't at all ever rush it, and look where he ended up. We again, it's what we want all the time. It's what we want. And there's a lot of looking at boxing at the moment, thinking, well, we want that, and it's not happening.
Yeah, especially off the back of what I thought was actually a good fight against Craig Richards.
Yes.
So I felt like we've now gone a step back, whereas I thought he should have gone a lot forward after the Richards fight. And maybe, I think Virgil said he wasn't ready for Bivol, so maybe that was part of the reason to maybe take that step back as well. But I don't think you can just be perfectly ready. Sometimes you just got to go. I don't think it's a case of, we're 100% ready now, because by the time you're ready, the ship's sailed and Bivol's gone somewhere else and Canelo's gone somewhere else and Smith.
Yeah,
look,
be ready.
Think about ready. Smith is going to get the WBC shot against Peterbiev. He's only entered the division 2 years ago.
Yeah,
he's already going to get a shot, and these are shots that I feel like Buatsi should be taking. But
I agree with you.
I get why maybe he's not.